Oh, I guess I'll do like a quick intro, blah blah blah. This is DarkM on the mic, and I'm with NinjaLink, the one and only. We're doing Project Melee primers. So NinjaLink's teaching me about the game. It's to help and educate people.
And I hope these tutorials, or very long tutorial, will help a lot of people get interested into the game and actually start playing it. But right now, I guess it's just system mechanics. Before we go into characters.
Okay.
Okay. And also, I guess introducing stages. This is literally the 64 stage. There's nothing else to say about this. If you play Smash 64, you're very familiar with this stage.
I've seen this stage played quite often, especially in the Game Clux tournaments. Don't think I've ever seen it played on any of the tournaments run by like VG and Clash tournament.
Yeah, East Coast typically does not play this stage. I've seen the stage played in Europe. It's not played much, but I was watching a tournament with it was Professor Pro versus Armada, and they went to the stage.
Okay.
But the stage is small, but the boundaries are huge. Okay, put it 100. Okay, that's how it is sideways, and that's an idea of how high it is going up.
Yeah, he barely died from that.
Yeah. So it's high ceiling, decently on the side, but it's very close range. It's close quarters, so...
I think Fingerpass would like that stage if he played this game.
Yeah, the middle platform will kind of screw with people because it's very unlevel. Halberd is unchanged. Castle Siege, it skips the whole second part. So this part here, it has... Let me speed this up. So it has this formation. This is not any different. I don't think they changed any... Yeah, they didn't change any of the ledges. It's still...
While we're waiting, does Halberd transform still? The transition still
that one is still exactly the same.
Oh, so even the stage hazards are there.
Yeah, it's pretty... I don't think they did a single thing to Halberd. As you see, this transforms straight to this. There's no castle. There's no inside the castle part anymore, which was really the main issue of the stage.
Yeah.
And also, I've seen this. Yeah, the stage still rocks. I still don't know what determines it. It feels like you can make it tilt yourself, but still undetermined. It feels like it sometimes, but I don't know. But as you can see, it's like rocking back and forth. But that's still there, and it goes back to the other. There's only 2 transformations. They skipped the whole second one. Norfair, they actually switch how this works. Lava does not come up. Lava doesn't come up, and it'll take a while, but if you look closely, the platforms, like the formation here, it'll kind of spread out a bit. This is usually banned in tournaments. This ledge, of course, will probably end up killing you because it's very awkward, kind of battlefield-ish. But as you can see, the platforms are spreading out.
Yeah, they're moving slightly.
So it may or may not, like, as you can see, Wario can't even double jump up here.
Wow.
So it goes up pretty high and then it's going back down. So think of it like the Fountain of Dream platforms, except the left and right platform are symmetrical.
Is there still lava on the bottom that will boost you up, or no?
No, lava is not a factor anymore. It's just, right now it's just cosmetic where, what you're seeing. There is no ledges over here.
That would probably throw some people off.
So
because they're used to that.
Yeah, it's like this is Norfair, no lava, and the platform's slowly shifting. Some characters may or may not use this. Some you may or may not even use this in tournament to begin with. That's up to your discretion. I think the blast zone's the same as it was before, but really no one picks a stage, so you really don't know. So let me see. Put on 90. Oh, keep in mind that this thing is in widescreen. The game's so you're looking at the screen in widescreen, so keep that in mind as well.
Oh, okay.
Because the blast zones are exactly the same, but of course you see more of the screen.
Right. So it gives the optical illusion.
Yeah, that
it's
actually
bigger than it actually is.
Yeah. And okay, that's
decently high.
Yeah, just look how high the platform is at the moment.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the tournament matches that I see, particularly East Coast, since there's a lot of East Coast tournaments for this, they tend to stay towards the bottom row of stages, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, typically, these are neutrals. These are always neutrals. No matter what tournament you go to, these are usually neutrals. And some tournaments, I think it adds this as a neutral. But typically, that's not what you see. It's usually, these are neutrals, all these are counter picks. And, you know, some tournaments will say, like, oh, get rid of this, or get rid of this. Or get rid of one, or get rid of this. But typically, every tournament, this, no matter what, is going to be... this row is always going to be neutral. And this isn't neutral in teams, this is banned in teams. This becomes a neutral in teams instead.
What's the issue with Yoshi's story in teams? I could probably
too small.
Guess. Yeah, it's small.
Too small. Especially if you think, because look up, bro, compared to Melee, look how many stages we have. None of these stages are legal. None of them.
They're just there for the lulz.
They're there, like they added Hyrule Castle. You're never going to play on this. It's fun to play on it, but you're never going to play on it. Unless, of course, if both players want to agree to playing there, they can do that. But in tournament play, this is not going to be legal. So this is always banned. They also added a training room, which I probably should show off.
I used it a couple times when I was practicing.
Yeah, this one is a little different than the one at the Brawl training room one. As you can see, look how far this goes.
Yep.
So
goes way far.
And being into grid, you could kind of figure out how high, or you could practice DI on this stage, so you can figure out what angles each move sends you. Before you have to go to custom builder to actually make your own type of stage to read DI, but this does it for you. And being how far it is, you could easily see how your character reacts to certain moves, what the DI ranges are on the move. Because in case people watching this don't know, every move there's like a, what is that, like a 45 degree. There's a neutral direction the move sends you, and then you go always DI 40. I think it's 45 degrees to the side of where it's going to send you normally. So like this sends you, that's probably a computer DIing. This move, it's supposed to send you straight up. If you DI to the left, you end up going 45 degrees to the left. If you hold to the right, you go 45 degrees to the right. And that's the same for every single move. There's usually a 45 degree angle.
From the intended direction.
Yeah. So that's why you have to DI perpendicular to whichever way. It's kind of perpendicular. But that's typically the direction you want to go. Because if it's going up and you hold down, nothing happens. Because it's opposite. It doesn't do anything. So you have to be to the left of it or to the right of it. Okay, we see Metal Cavern. Halberd is unchanged from Brawl. Castle Siege, they took out one of the transformations. The lava doesn't come up, that's the most important part. And the platforms slightly move. This is a completely new stage.
I played on this stage a lot when I first started getting my hands into the game. I played on this stage a bit.
It's a fun stage, but the reason why it's typically banned in tournaments, it's a bit too big.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's so
like,
hard to recover vertically.
Yeah, it's like Dreamland, but a very strange Dreamland, because it's a lot wider. I want to show the boundaries. If your character has a problem killing, you definitely don't want to go here. It's kind of like another Dreamland. Okay. Okay, okay, that's how far it goes that way. And upwards, let me see, this is, I could just do that instead. That's sent straight up. Also, the platforms change quite frequently. So there's 3 platforms here, you may see just 2, you may see them in an angle. Yeah, you see it's pretty high up. And I barely killed them, and I'm on the platform.
Yeah,
so
I didn't really have a good time on these stages.
Yeah,
I found them a little weird.
Yeah, if you find a character, if you're fighting like Peach, Samus, Jigglypuff, the ones in Melee that always lived, they're definitely going to always live here. And now in this game Mario, which I'll show later. because there's
Oh,
walls.
yeah.
So
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So the platforms constantly change, and you have to deal with the big boundaries. No wind to deal with, of course, like Dreamland. So it's just, as you can see, the platforms do get kind of strange because they're really close to each other here. So there's I'm not exactly sure how much it transforms. It does it quite a bit. Rumble Falls, another new stage they redesigned. This one is interesting. I can see why it's a team stage because it is quite big. It's smaller. It's a bit smaller than Castlevania, than Dracula's Castle, but it's still pretty big. Not just like horizontally, but vertically as well, because there's 2 levels of platforms here, which is it's quite high for some characters. And then, of course, you had this. Looks like, if you remember how Congo Jungle was, or what was it, Congo Jungle 64? It's kind of similar to that, but the platforms are just in different spots. So that's over there. The boundary looks somewhat the same for the sides, and straight up, ceiling is almost just as high as well. And this is Pikachu at 138. So, so that's how that stage is. And you have this, which is quite a good design.
Oh yeah, the Distant Planet stage. I also played on that stage a bit.
Yeah, it used to be SSC Jungle in an earlier build, but it was a lot bigger than this. They made it smaller. They consider this just a team-only stage, because of course some characters this is probably like the size of FD. This here alone. As the ceiling is not as high, but the side boundaries are quite wide. So
this is teams only mostly.
Yeah. I think consistently in tournaments this has always been like, this has been a team stage, at least. Not always in singles, but at least for teams. These stages from Brawl are the same. The boundaries are exactly the same as in Brawl. It's just the stage is not transformed. There's no random mini games.
Yep.
But this stage is really small. It's like it's like Yoshi's Story with different platforms. So let me put him, I guess, on like 70, I would say. See? That kills him. Yeah, the ceiling is quite small, the boundaries are small. If you're a Falco player, you probably will like this stage because pillaring on platforms, or anyone has like good platform game. Plus it's really close quarters. It's literally just another Yoshi Story form. Except you have an easier way to kill at the top because I'm double jumping from the stage and I'm in the bubble, which you don't see often at all.
Yeah, these smaller stages really seem to encourage interaction between the characters.
Yeah, definitely won't be camping on that stage. Definitely not. Green Hill Zone, another new stage.
This stage I see quite a bit.
Yeah, this platform here swings back and forth, nothing too mysterious on that.
Yep.
Ceiling is tall, side boundaries are average. So this is kind of like, I say, Fountain of Dreams? Let me see. Yeah, so it's average. It's pretty much like nearly like every other stage we've been on so far. Okay, there's nothing too mysterious on the stage besides this platform here. The ceiling is tall, which I'll show here. Let me just up tilt.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty high up. Even that didn't kill him. And that's so if your character is vertically challenged, don't take them here. If you want to, or if you're counterpicking, you will want to take them here while your character kills good off the side. Skyloft. One of the new stages where people don't like it too much because this. Being it's so uneven, it will disorient you a bit. Because if you're like trying to L cancel, you mistime it because, like I just did, because the height is weird.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of slopes.
Yeah, it's...
A bunch of small slopes.
Boundaries? We're gonna see that right now.
Ceiling's supposed to be pretty low on this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, especially with this here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's already in the bubble. So yeah, it's... If you can, like, set up a combo that leads them on the platform, you tech chase it and hit them up, and then, yeah, it's pretty low. Running up all the side boundaries except, like, Wario Ware, it's pretty much the same. Just usually the vertical height that changes. But this stage is pretty wide. If your character has the pressure a lot, it gets annoying because of the slopes. If you're a campy person, you probably want to take him here. Because once again, it's kind of reminiscent of Congo Jungle 64. Mm-hmm. How wide it is and the two platforms on the sides. If you're Link and want to just throw projectiles everywhere, this is probably the stage you want to pick. Link actually being good in his own stage. Surprising.